Switching gears now, the president signed a bill that will prevent further cuts to certain educational programs in Louisiana. The state stood to lose up to 20% of federal funding to certain higher ed programs. But Senator Bill Cassidy secured a provision that would preserve funding. And this morning, he came on Tune In to tell us more.
Now more out of Washington. In the constant negotiations that happen in Washington, labor and education have come out on top, at least for now. U.S. Senator Bill Cassidy joins us this morning with the latest. How are you doing, Bill? Great to see you. Thank you for joining us.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Well, first off, you know, education in the technical field got a boost with a measure that you were involved in that's headed to the president's desk. Tell us about it.
It's all about jobs, better benefits for the American people. And if you look at what's happening in Louisiana now, we have a lot of construction activity, as one example, down in southwest Louisiana, river parishes, and elsewhere. How do we have the folks in our state benefit from those jobs? The federal government makes available grants for technical education. Louisiana was going to get a cut. Now I'm thinking to myself, you got to be kidding. We have all this construction, all this opportunity for families to get better wages, and we're going to cut our technical education?
It's like 20% or something.
20%.
Right? Yeah.
So we're able to push back on that, again, preserving the dollars for our state so that we can train our folks to get those better jobs.
And when will these institutions, these schools be seeing the money?
So the money is, this is an existing program that was going to be cut, so the dollars will continue to come down. And there will not be an interruption, but also there won't be a decrease. There'll just be an increase.
Mm-hmm. And you monitor things here in Louisiana all the time. You used to serve in the legislature here, you know, and with the constant cuts that are happening to higher education and education in Louisiana, are more senators and representatives from Louisiana coming to you to say, where can we find dollars, more dollars like this?
Well, there's programs that regularly roll through. Now, one thing I'm trying to do is get them to redirect dollars into things that I think would, again, create better jobs. One thing I have promoted is something called the Codes Act. We have a foreign language requirement. JP, I don't know what you took at Broadmoor High School, but whatever foreign language you took, you don't speak. And that's pretty common. What if we allowed a child to use a computer language to fulfill their foreign language requirement? So they grow up speaking a computer language. That's a language you can speak for the rest of your life and use to get better jobs. I was reading about roughnecks. There's fewer roughnecks. There's more people behind a computer that is telling a fiber optic cable what to do and where to turn the knobs. Those are the jobs of the future. We need to prepare our kids for the jobs of the future.
Yeah, and right now, you know, we just had graduation out of LSU. Schools getting back underway this week all across South Louisiana. When it comes to the next step, how's the economy looking for hiring, at least from where you sit?
Our state is kind of different regions, of course, and overall, we have an incredible economy. The Trump economy, the Republican Congress economy has some of the lowest unemployment we've seen. Wages are rising, inflation is low, a sweet spot. That said, there's some areas not doing as well. Right now, the Lafayette area is still dependent upon oil and gas. On the other hand, southwest Louisiana is doing great, Baton Rouge is doing great, and the river parishes are doing well. We need the whole state to do well. The other thing we have to realize, though, jobs are changing, and the nature of the jobs are changing. So the part of these grants and the part of using computer languages is to prepare ourselves for those next generation jobs.
Well, there's a lot we could talk about, and we invite you to come back anytime. We'll talk about a lot of other issues that are facing Louisiana and Washington. But, Bill, always great to see you.
Thank you, JP.